It's Kim from KMA Accountancy here. I've got an interesting analogy to discuss. Good, fast and cheap. But it can only be two of those three. If it's good and cheap, it won't be fast. If it's good and fast, it won't be cheap. If it's fast and cheap, it won't be good. Now let's look at that in a bit more detail. So if you think about this, it does make sense. Let's look at good first. Let's take an example of a standard tea tray. Now you can buy a tea tray in so many different stores. For example, you could go and buy it from Poundland, you could go and buy it from Sainsbury's, let's say, and even somewhere like Harrods. Now, all three would in essence do the same job, carry your dinner into the lounge or wherever. But there'll be very different price points and probably in essence be very different quality. Some will be good, Harrods, and probably Sainsbury's, and to be fair, the Poundland one would do the same job, but they will all be different quality and it's up to you which one you value. Let's look at fast. Now, let's take the example of Amazon. I'm sure everyone's heard of Amazon and you've probably all ordered stuff. You know, some people value speed and so will be a Prime member, will order at night on the laptop or iPad and then want delivery the next day. That might be a business book, for example. Now there will be other people that speed is not so much of an importance and value is different to them and they actually want it cheaper. So they'll be prepared to wait a reasonable amount of time, maybe a day or so. So they'll be prepared to pay something, but not as much as Prime. And then of course, there'll be those people that don't value paying for fast delivery at all. And so will want not to pay anything for it. So will therefore be prepared to wait for it to arrive normally. Let's look at the third attribute, cheap. Let's take an example of ladies' underwear. I'm sure everyone's got experience of that, whether they've bought it themselves or not. You can buy, in truth, ladies' underwear anywhere. There will be cheaper stores or even budget brands within stores. For example, M&S, you can buy some ladies' underwear, 4 items of clothing for £5. Now, there will be the higher value and more expensive. Rigby and Pella, for example, perhaps you'd end up paying something like £50–60 there. And then at the very, very top end of the market, Agent Provocateur, where you could probably think of spending over £100 for a pair of ladies' underwear. Now, which price you're prepared to pay is down to your own personal values. What do you value? What do you think about the quality of it, about the name, about the feel, the look, how it makes you feel? There are so many different factors and it's down to personal choice. You may never ever dream of paying £100 and, 4 pairs of knickers for £5 is all you'll pay. And that's up to you. So you'd be at the cheaper end of the market. So if you want, good, fast and cheap, you can't have all three in one go. You can have any two, as it says. I'll let you think on that. But just think about that in your business and what you can achieve. But don't try and beat all three. That's it from Kim at KMA Accountancy.